Hi everyone, this is Am. Today I will share with you a topic that a lot of agents been advocating to you. The accrued interest is a main killer. You probably have heard of it, that the negative sales and you won't be able to get back proceed from it. Yeah, it's true to a certain extent. I do agree, but I'm going to dive right into it, that what I personally believe in terms of the CPF accrued interest is a little bit different from what the other agents have thought about. All right, let's dive right in. Okay, here we go. Why some owners are not profiting when using CPF for their property. Is it true, or is it a fact, or is it a myth? I would say, right? Again, this is not for everyone. Everybody's risk appetite is different, so we run through a D&I process, MD&I process for you to make sure that it's tailor-made to you. So what is accrued interest all about? What is so fearful about it? It's actually the interest that you have earned. If you don't touch it, you leave it there, 2.5%. If it's not been withdrawn for your housing needs. So this is just accrued interest. Let's say you have 10K, you didn't use it, you leave it there. CPF is going to give you the 2.5%. And next thing is, what do you use to pay? Housing. If you use a HDB loan, you're paying 2.6% to finance it, right? So when you sell, you got to return 2.5% accrued interest. This is just as simple as though you have not touched the money in your CPF, you return to it. So isn't it your money? Let's see. Huh? Okay, given this example, we have this 150K. Let's say he used it to withdraw 150K to finance the property at 2.5%. So the accrued interest in his CPF return will be about 3,012. The next year, this total amount will have ballooned to include into the principal sum, and that the total amount will be 156. It's just telling you that actually on a month-to-month basis, and it's going to be compound at a yearly basis, meaning to say that the interest is going to add back into the principal a bigger sum, then you multiply by 2.5%. All right, let's dive into the numbers. Let's say you have a 400K, you actually took out a loan for 400K, fully pay up at 2.5%. It's about 10K per year, right? If you use your math, you calculate. So the next year, these numbers, the 10K will be added into the principal sum, becomes 410. 410, your interest for the next year will be 10,250. So the following year balance will be 420. So this is just that simple. But if you just go down, if every year is 10K, right? It's a simple math. 10 years is about 100K, right? Of course, it's a bit more because it's compounding on a yearly basis. So this is how your flat or how your property will look like at the end of 10 years. It becomes 512K. Whether your property that you're owning, whether the property price will appreciate to this amount, yes or no? If yes, you have a profit, you have a cash flow back. If no, it's a negative sale. How about it when we hold it to 30 years? These are the numbers. When we hold back to 30 years, it's about 800 over 1,000. Based on 400K CPF. So is it huge amount? Yes or no? At this point in time, you have thought about something. I shouldn't use too much money on my CPF to use my housing, because CPF is a good investment platform. It actually gives me quite a good return, which I totally agree with that. This is what I feel after doing these numbers. Actually, CPF is a good place to actually park your funds in. It's a safe haven, I would say, at a 2.5% interest rate. So this is how the curve will look like. Of course, your price of your property, be it a HDB flat or a private property, may at certain time not able to catch up with your accrued interest. That's why our curve is worked in this way and that way. So there will be a break-even point. And as you know, interest rate goes higher and higher and higher, then your compounding back to the principal sum, of course, it will be steeper and steeper and steeper. That's why it's an upward sloping curve. Whereas property, as you know, is a 99 leasehold year, it will depreciate over time. As this part, MOP is a new flat that is available in the market, there'll be higher demand. Why is it so? Would you like to buy a new flat or an old flat? Very simple. This is just buyer's behavior. If you want a new flat, there'll be a higher demand for it. People just like new things. So of course, the demand is higher, the price is higher. So demand higher, price is higher. Okay, this is simple econs concept. Let's dive right into the real case scenario. Let's say you back into the future. Let's say your parents or whatever bought a flat in 2010. We look into the 99co.co, the per square feet, we're looking at the whole HDB transaction in Singapore, is around 377. So a foreign flat is about 1,000 square feet. Let's put it simple. So at 377K, you bought it there, and you sold it today, 2020, 10 years later at 427. So how would the number look like? So we run through the numbers with you right now. 377 plus 1 year of accrued interest, about 9K, so it's 389. So you move down like what we have did just now. Your accrued interest for 10 years is about 100K. So right now the prices will be plus the accrued interest will be running at about 482. So 482. Your market value, as we know just now, is 427. Your principal sum that we have run through at the start is 377 that you injected. Your accrued interest 105, 428, 427. Isn't it so-called a negative sales? Yes or no? So what we're trying to show you here is actually the property prices did not move faster than the CPF accrued interest it would have earned if you leave the monies in your CPF. So this is the true fact. So it's about saving more monies into CPF, using less in your property, or choosing a better asset class that can go faster than the 2.5% interest rate. Okay, recap. I hope I have shared some important information about how CPF accrued interest work. It's not so scary as to say it's a negative sales and all those, but it's just have to understand the concept that CPF is a good retirement vehicle for your future retirement plan. If you have the opportunity to use less of it for property, it's good. If you have chosen a right property that can give you a higher potential that is much higher than 2.5%, it will be positive. So this is not so bad. But of course, for the general public, the housing board is actually meant for everyone to remain affordable. So the prices of HDB cannot skyrocket. Yeah, that is the government policy to keep the public housing affordable. So what I'm trying to tell you here is that to choose the right property for your retirement. Okay, accrued interest is not that scary if you have the right property. I hope I add some value to you. I'm going to share with you this 7M cheat sheet. Take action is free of charge. Just text us or just WhatsApp us and register with us, and we give it to you free of charge. Arrange a meeting with us. We'll run through the D&I process to set out what is your goal, end goal, what do you want to achieve, and how we help you to reach your target. Signing off now, and bye-bye.